the summer of 1929, there had been ominous rumblings. For months, unemployment had been rising. Automobile sales and department store revenues had fallen off sharply. Across the South and West, farms were failing in record numbers. And still on Wall Street, the delirious optimism continued, undimmed.
As this continues to develop with the energy and food inflation and the distress in the financial and housing sector, is there anything comparable that you can point to in recent or distant history?
Well, I could point to pieces of it in a lot of places, but having them all at once, the way we have now, really goes back to the Great Depression in terms of having a broad spread effect.
And you guys have talked about this on the show. A year ago, Ben Bernanke, the head of the Fed, Hank Paulson, head of the Treasury, even the president said the subprime crisis was going to be contained. There are 9 million houses about underwater right now. That's not subprime, and experts say that that number could easily double. That 15 to 20 million houses could be underwater in a year or two. That's not contained.
Honey, what's wrong?
My friend's parents lost their house and job today. Is there anything we can do to help them?
You know what? I bet we could get the truckers involved. I bet we could, call 18 Wheels of Faith and maybe, have him help us out, because trucks move the world and they keep the economy going. Do you want to call him?
Uh-huh.
Here, why don't you call him?
Yeah, man, I hear you about the economy and everything and the house. I'm sorry that you lost your house, man. At least you got your job. I mean, people are losing their jobs, and the fuel and the banks closing down and everything. I hear you, man. Wait a minute. Hey, I got another call coming in, man. Let me talk to you later, all right? Okay. All right, bye.
Hi, 18 Wheels of Faith. I'm Zoe.
Hey, Zoe. What?
My friend's parents lost their houses and jobs today. Is there anything you can do?
Oh, man, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get in touch with the truckers about this, man. And we're going to do something about this. You got all your friends' parents losing houses and jobs. I was just talking to a friend of mine about this. Don't worry. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Us truckers are going to do something, Zoe. You can count on me.
That is a good idea. I knew I could count on you.
What did he say?
This is 18 Wheels of Faith, and I, for one, have seen enough and I've heard enough. Economic times, the Depression. Bullshit. Oh, it's a cycle. It's gonna happen anyways. No, it's not a cycle. It doesn't have to happen. What it is poor management of the governments of this world that have failed in their management of the stock and trade system. Started with the oil and causing the fuel to go up. Then the housing market crashed. The refinancing was no good, and then all the scams you allowed to get through all these loops for all the people. You're supposed to have insurance over all these banks and all this other stuff, and they're all falling like crap, and you're to blame. The governments of every country are to blame. So from Australia all the way to the United States, we're pissed off and we're tired of it. And you, Mr. Government, we're coming for you because we're pissed off and we're not taking anymore. Truckers of the world are blood cells. We move across these arteries, supplying the goods that make life exist. It is we who control everything, even the things that you take for greed and make everybody else suffer. So I tell you what, Mr. Government, we're all pissed off and we're coming after you. So, what you have on your hands is a worldwide convoy. We're coming for you.
Yeah, Breaker 19 and this here's the Rubber Duck. You got a copy on me, Big Pen? Come on. Yeah, 10-4, Big Pen, for sure. By golly, it's clean clear to Flagtown. Come on. Yeah, it's a big 10-4 there, Big Pen. Yeah, we've definitely got a front door, good buddy. Mercy sakes alive, looks like we got us a convoy.
6th of June in the Kenworth pulling logs. Cab over feet with a reefer on and a Jimmy hauling hogs. We was headed for Bear on I-10 about a mile out of Shaky Town. I said, Pigpen, this here's a rubber duck and I'm about to put the hammer down.
Pigpen, this here's the duck, and you want to back off them hogs? 10-4 Roger, about 5 miles or so. 10 Roger, them hogs is getting intense up here.
By the time we got into Tulsa town, we had 85 trucks in all. But there's a roadblock up on the Cloverleaf, and them bears is wall to wall. Yeah, them Smokies was thick as bugs on a bumper. They even had a bear in the air. I says, calling all trucks, says, here's the duck. We're about to go a-hunting bear.
Give me a 10-9 on that Pigpen. Negatory, Pigpen, you're still too close. Yeah, them hogs are starting to close up my sinuses. Mercy's sakes, you better back off another 10.
Well, we rolled up Interstate 44 like a rocket sled on rails. We tore up all of our swindle sheets and left them setting on the scales. By the time we hit that Chi-town, them bears is a-getting smart. They brought up some reinforcements from the Illinois National Guard. There was armored cars and tanks and jeeps and rigs of every size. Yeah, them chicken coops was full of bears and choppers filled the skies. But we shot the line and we went for broke with 1,000 screaming trucks and 11 long-haired friends of Jesus and a chartreuse microbus.
Yeah, Rubber Duck, this is Sodbuster. Come on, yeah, 10-4 Sodbuster. Listen, you want to put that microbus in behind that suicide jockey? Yeah, he's full of dynamite. He needs all the help he can get.
Well, we laid a strip for the Jersey Shore and prepared to cross the line. I could see the bridge was lined with bears, but I didn't have a doggone dime. I says, Pigpen, this here's a rubber duck. We just ain't gonna pay no toll. So we crashed the gate doing 98. I said, let them truckers roll 10-4.
This is Trooper Holden Johnson calling headquarters.
This is headquarters.
This is Trooper Holden Johnson to headquarters.
Go ahead, Trooper Johnson.
Hey, Peggy Sue. Looks like we got a convoy going on. Better call out all the other deputies and troopers. Looks like we're in for it.
10-4 Sodbuster.
Trooper Holden Johnson out.